Hi students, let us have a geography lesson today, that is manufacturing industries. We know that every kind of new products made out of any kind of machineries is called a process where new products are made is called manufacturing. Wherever it is going on, that means if it is at home using any kind of machineries, or if it is in a lab or in a case of factory, wherever it is, doesn't matter, using natural resources to produce a new product is called manufacturing. So manufacturing industries are very important for a nation's development. We can study what are importance are there, or what are the important facts about the manufacturing industry one by one. Mainly we can say that it is one of the sector that comes under secondary sector, which provides lots of job opportunities of many things. Because whenever, as our economy, especially Indian economy, is mainly depending on agriculture, secondary sector also gives a chance for more development in primary sector or in agricultural sector. Because through secondary sector or through manufacturing industries, lots of helpful machineries for agricultural development will be possible. By using that new machineries, new tools, etc., farmers also can develop their agricultural area. So in secondary sector, that is where new products are producing, lots of opportunities of job is there. One of the important sector which gives a lot of chance for new employment opportunities. And secondly, we can say that it is one of the important factor which support primary sector. That means, just as we told that lots of new machineries will be introduced by the secondary sector for the development of agriculture. And using these machineries, and other than this machinery, the irrigation facilities or pesticides or fertilizers or many such new products coming out of industries also can be very much useful for agricultural development. So secondary sector is one another thing where agriculture also will be developed. And the secondary sector is very much helpful for the development of tertiary sector also. Because all the new finished products from a factory or from an industry need to distribute in different sectors, in different areas of our country or across the world also. So transportation, communication, different type of services, etc. will be developed whenever secondary sector is improving. So by this we can say that the most important sector which also contributes a great amount of money to GDP is secondary sector too. So along with the primary sector, secondary sector will develop, and we can say that primary and secondary sectors are growing hand in hand. Because with the agro raw materials, secondary sector can develop into a lot, because one of the classification of industry can be based on agro based. So agro based industries will develop whenever raw materials coming from them. Whenever development happens in the machineries or tools, etc. happen, that will be very much helpful for the agricultural sector also. So both of them are developing or improving hand in hand, and both of these makes a great change in the service sector also. And manufacturing industries are one another help for importation and exportation, through which also new products will be shared by countries, and it also gives a chance for our nation to get our foreign investment and also foreign earnings. And we can study one another important point in the name of factory locations, or the important factors which make a factory or an industry ready to be established in a place. That means especially some important factors like the availability of raw material or all the other requirements, just like water, laborers, then transportation facility or road services or communication facility or nearby market, etc. are the important factors which makes or which determine the location of a factory. Because whenever or wherever all these things, especially raw material, power supply, water, laborers, etc. are available, it will be very much useful and also very much helpful for the owner of that industry to reduce his cost of production, which help him to improve his profit. So these important factors will be very much careful at the time whenever a factory or a industry is going to be located. And we can study one another important thing along with this, that if a lot of factories are or industries are tending or having a tendency to come together to utilize the available advantages of the area where a factory can be located, that is called agglomeration economy. That means an area where all important advantages needed for a factory will be ready. It will be used by many different type of industrial sectors. So what happened is that area will be developed into an industrial region where lots of industries will be located, and sometimes water may be one of the important attraction, or the road or transportation facility may be, or electricity may be, or raw material may be, whatever it may be. Varieties of industries will join together to utilize the available advantages or facilities of a particular locality. Such a situation or such an area is called agglomeration economies. The contribution of manufacturing industries into GDP is comparatively less to all other type of industrial or in case of other sectors. Especially the quarrying or mining or other type of industrial sectors are less contribution to national economy or to GDP. In order to enable our manufacturing sector to contribute a better amount to national economy or to GDP, by 2003 onwards, a council or an organization called National Manufacturing Competitiveness Council was set up by the government to give maximum support, guidelines, everything for the industries to improve their productivity and also to increase their profit and to give their maximum support and contribution to national economy. Industries can be classified on the basis of many important facts. On the basis of ownership, or on the basis of the role it plays, or on the basis of the raw material uses, or also on the basis of the investment or the capital invested. Four major classifications can be possible on the industries. On the basis of raw material used, we have two major classifications: agro-based industries and mineral-based industries. And good example for agro-based industries are that its raw material will be mainly taken from the agricultural product. And textile industries like cotton, jute, silk or woolen etc. are the important textile industries as an agro-based industry. The rubber, tea, coffee, sugarcane etc. also are using raw materials from agricultural base. Then mineral based industries are using minerals as its raw material. Just like iron, steel, aluminium, automobile, IT etc. are mineral based industries. On the basis of ownership, it can be of four types. One is public sector or public owned. That means it's run and owned by the government itself. That is public sector. Then private owned. That means its owners or the people who spend money for its establishment will be a person or a group of personalities or individuals. Then cooperative ownership. That means here we can say that its members will be the suppliers or a group of suppliers of raw materials or producers or workers etc. will join together or will cooperate together and will make their factories or industries. And the fourth one is joint sector, where it's joined by government and individuals. And on the basis of capital invested, it can be of two types, that is small scale industries or large scale industries. Up to 1 crore, the large scale industries will come in the category. And on the basis of the role played, again the classification can be of two types. Industries may be called basic industry or key industry, or it can be called consumer industry. Basic industry or key industries are industries which makes their product as a raw material to another factory. Especially as an example here we have iron and steel industries are making fine iron or steel to make it as a raw material for automobile industry or any other manufacturing industries. So a raw material or a finished product from one industry can be a raw material to another industry. Such industries are known as basic industry or key industry. Then consumer industries are providing finished products for the consumer to consume readily without having no any other type of processes. So factories which makes biscuit or ready-made shirt or any other textile industry or also can be considering as different type of machineries etc. can be used directly without having no any more modification. So basic industries or consumer industries as a kind of industries on the base of role played. Small scale or large scale industries are on the base of capital invested. Agro based or mineral based are on the base of raw material used. Then public owned, private owned, jointly owned or cooperative owned are on the base of ownership. These type of classifications are there on the industries in order to study and also to identify them easily for our purpose. Industry can be classified on the base of the bulk and also the weight of the product. That means either heavy industries or lightweight industries. Heavy industries are producing its product or its huge amount of product with uh, lots of kilos or tons. Or lightweight industries are producing small equipments just like electric or electronic equipments. Iron and steel industry is an example for heavy industry. Electrics or electronic equipment industries are an example for lightweight industry. So many classifications are there for industries. So children, let us stop here. We can discuss the remaining points in the coming videos. So keep watching. Thank you. Have a nice day.